from the time I was really young, I think I was kind of just exposed to a lot of different people with a lot of different challenges. And as I got older and went to college, I was really motivated to work with people that were just in need and needed a helping hand, you know.
We all have two lists. One is made up of things we can do, the other, things we can't. For kids with autism, the can't list is simply longer and more surprising.
Wasn't talking and had no verbal way to communicate with the world.
And when he showed up, he had very low communication, very high aggression.
This child had not eaten any foods aside from baby food for about 1.5 years prior to coming to us.
And we had a child come to us who had been in several other placements and hadn't been successful yet.
These kids started coming to group, not saying one word to each other. They would sit in the lobby waiting. It was silence. We would come into the group room, nothing.
At Firefly Autism, we're inspiring bright futures by lighting up I Can.
He tolerates peers. When he first came, he couldn't even be in the same room as a peer. And now they go on field trips, and he eats lunch, and he goes to group activities and listens to music. And it's just really inspirational to see over the course of 2 years his growth, not only educationally from not having any skills to being able to do math, but also from social skills and tolerance of instruction and demands. And it's just really amazing.
We had an awesome phone call from Mom one day when he had gotten hurt and crawled into her lap and was asking for like consolence from her and hugging and genuinely wanted her comfort. And she hadn't seen that in the 10 years that he, had been alive.
And the lessons that he's been learning have been so diverse. I mean, he's learning yoga, he's learning how to ride a bicycle, he's learning to take out the trash and wash the windows. He's doing science experiments.
We started a feeding program pretty quickly after he got here and introduced him to a lot of different ways to communicate to get his needs and requests met. And within a few months, he was starting to eat solid foods, no longer eating baby food, was feeding himself, and now is one of the most communicative and socially motivated students in our program.
We worked very diligently to reduce some very severe problem behavior and increase his skills. And now he has one staff member, as do the rest of our kids, and he is learning and enjoying school, and it's one of the first times he's actually wanted to come to school, his parents tell us. And so he's making so much progress, and we're so proud of him.
He just recently was moved from a more secluded special education type setting to a more general education setting. And we feel like it's all thanks to what we've been doing, and the family is very thankful.
He speaks in full sentences now and is in kindergarten with some support from special education, but is doing really, really great.
The teacher reported that only one time in the history of her working in schools has this happened before, a child being transitioned from a pure special ed setting to an inclusive environment, and that child was a Firefly child as well.
And they've seen improvements from their own report that they haven't seen in the first 4 or 5 years of his life, that they've seen in the last 2 and 3 months. And to see those kind of improvements occur over weeks rather than years has just been remarkable, and I'm very happy for him and his family.
Some of the students or group members' exchanges have gone from 2 or 3 in a 5-minute period to like 30, and some 40 exchanges in a 5-minute period, which is incredible growth.
How do we turn can't into can?
The Early Start Denver model is a curriculum that uses a developmental approach with a lot of behavioral strategies and foundations.
We have the science behind our passion. We have passion to get kids to a new level, to have kids communicate, to be able to socialize and interact with their families and friends.
It's a very playful way to teach and something that our students enjoy and helps us make very efficient progress and see progress on a daily basis that allows us to meet with families every 12 weeks and discuss the progress that we see.
We absolutely have data and the empirical evidence to support what we do.
We're able to open up a folder, a binder, and say, hey, this is this program that this student is working on, and this is where he started from, and this is where he got to, and you can actually see the progress that the student has made.
We find the smile of every child that we have here, and then we teach. When you have kids having fun, enjoying what they're doing, developing their own passions, the kids are more accessible to teach.
Creating remarkable outcomes for kids and their families is definitely on our can list.
Mateo is 4 years old, and he's very affectionate, and he's very funny, and he loves being silly, and he likes to rhyme words and to dance and to read about volcanoes. That's his favorite.
We're starting to see him, blossom, and he's just it's fun to see his personality emerge and see how happy he is interacting with us.
He's got his volcano book.
She has a very happy demeanor overall, smiles all the time.
You have a typically developing child, and you take so many things for granted. And now, he's confident. He will approach adults, especially because now he's used to the therapist. But he's really charming to people, and they think he's hilarious. And at school, he can approach his classmates and maybe show them a toy. And he's really starting a lot of that social play with kids.
But she's maturing and has really grown a lot through a lot of therapies that we've done.
So I think that's what Firefly does, really, to help him be a part of his world and to help him be a child.
She is learning to play the violin and has done that for 2 years, and just had her first recital Saturday.
I really hope to see him independent, to be a productive adult, and be able to manage his life on his own.
I'm very encouraged for her future.
And as therapy has progressed and he's shown a lot of progress, now my hopes are that he can grow up and do something he loves and fall in love. And so I would say maybe more of the typical hopes and dreams for your child. Yeah.
And like you and everyone else, we have our own list of can'ts. For instance, we can't currently afford newer, faster computers or enough iPads to give every one of our kids the benefits of this amazing breakthrough in the treatment of autism. Our biggest can't is we can't serve one more child without a larger facility, which we desperately need.
I have a child who is really good at some things and not very good at other things. And as a parent, it's very frustrating. A child who can do so many things so well, but has a hard time remembering to brush her teeth and to change her clothes every day. So for me, I think awareness is everything, and teaching people that my child may look perfectly normal to you, but she may do things that are unexpected, may say things when she's nervous that you wouldn't expect she would say. And so I ask them to just be kind and understanding that she's trying really hard to say the right things and do the right things in social settings, because she wants so much to fit in and to have a friend. That people are different, and different is not bad, it's just different.
To find out more about what we believe is the best choice for kids with autism, visit fireflyautism.org. And if you'd like to help us change more can'ts into cans, please write us a check. You can do that, can't you?